Our time as speech-language pathologists is so valuable. I don't know about you, but I hate spending my time researching new activities for my students. I used to spend hours researching or creating the perfect speech therapy activity. But what if I told you that there was a better way? Or should I say a better system? Most of my current caseload is preschool age students, and I have developed an extremely efficient system that lets me target just about any goal. First, I start by choosing a theme. I target each theme for 1 week. Each theme has a book, song, and play-based activity that goes with it. As I choose the theme, I also create homework pages for my parents. There is an entire system I use to create these, but I'm not going to dive into that today. If you want to read more about my speech therapy homework sheets, you can go to my blog, thegiftofgab.com, with a dash between every word, and search for homework, or I will put a link in the description to both my TPT store and the blog. The other thing I do is I also send home parent and teacher handouts that teach the caregivers language building strategies they can easily use at home or at school. So at the beginning of each session, I like to slide these into the speech folder, and I love these handouts because I wrote them when my own kids were 2 and 3 years of age. So I was totally in the language building zone at home, and I was able to combine my personal experiences with my professional knowledge. So they have what the strategy is, how to do it, examples, but I also added a guided planning section to help parents think about how they're using language at home and kind of guide them through what these strategies look like in their daily life. And I added tips from me. I am the real SLP mom on those handouts. And if you want to read more about those, you can go to my blog and search for parent handouts, and I'll put some links in the description. So once I get those folders ready, we jump into our routine for the day. This week, our theme is tractor, and I'm specifically focusing on targeting location words. So I just had a Lift the Flat book about farm animals today, some mega blocks, and I found this really cool tractor at Goodwill that opens up, and you can put those like Duplo blocks on top of it. And you can also put things inside of it. If you see where I'm going, we have on and in for our location words. So what I did this week was I just dumped all of the blocks out on the floor. I got my little farmer and I put him in the tractor and put the lid on, and we are going to be building a fence around our animals. So these little blocks go on the tractor, and I facilitated this by holding this block in my lap and putting the blocks, on, in, or under. And my student had to answer the question, where is the block? On, in, under, before they were able to then put the block on the tractor. So this allowed me to both kind of, quiz them on their ability to, use those location words, but also it gave me lots of choice or chances and opportunities to model on, in, around, and, just like that auditory bombardment. I just went crazy with it all day today. My students had a lot of fun, like I said, putting the blocks on the tractor, putting the animals in the tractor or the farmer in the tractor, and we built the fence around the animals. So that was what I did with my preschool students this week, or, kind of some variation of that. And you can see how easy that is to adapt for any student with pretty much any goal between the book, the song, and the play-based activity. Now, for my older students, I am still working through those articulation memorization passages. There's a whole bunch in that set. And if you want to read more about the strategy behind those, I also have a post on my website that, if you just search articulation memorization passages, you'll find it. So this week we are working on a quote by Malala Yousafzai. I'm so sorry if I didn't say that right. And I like this because I was able to introduce Malala to my students. I just used this, Malala Yousafzai for kids. And we were able to talk about her and why she was so amazing, and then moved into this articulation memorization passage to work on our articulation. So those are a few activities from my speech room today. If you want to connect, my website is thegiftofgab.com, and I am Jessica, and I'm a speech language pathologist, just sharing what an average day looks like in my speech room.